Siemanko moi drodzy, z tej strony Mordziaty, witajcie w kolejnym odcinku z serii Przysiądźmy do Dragon Age the Veilguard, po polsku Straż Zasłony. Moi drodzy, kontynuujemy sobie fabułkę, ale zanim to zrobimy, bo musimy porozmawiać z Solasem według fabuły, ale zanim porozmawiamy z Solasem, chcę zrobić tą misję z tymi wspomnieniami z Solasa, żebyśmy mieli lepszy obraz podczas rozmowy z nim. Jeszcze nie wrzuciłem poprzedniego odcinka, gdzie was zapytałem, czy chcecie to oglądać, więc jak będą jakieś odzewy, to ewentualnie pominę to.
You dare to try to cage us, jealous of our growing power!
You will pay the final price for this betrayal!
We warned you not to use the blight. For this, and for MYTHAL, I sentence you to sleep in exile ever after. Your own lives will form the veil that keeps the horror you unleashed at bay.
So he locked the gods away and created a veil between this world and the Fade. I mean, they were terrible, no question. But what he did, it didn't just stop them. It destroyed our culture, our world.
It wasn't just to stop them. It was to stop the Blight. We've seen how bad Elgar'nan and Gillenane are. Imagine all 7 corrupted gods running wild.
So he created the veil just to keep the elven gods locked in their prison?
Yes, to keep them from accessing the Fade. But was the creation of the veil around the world an accident?
You heard him yelling. That's not the sound of a ritual going right.
What do you think, Rook?
No, ciężko powiedzieć. A? W sumie brzmi rozsądnie to.
I think this memory is one we understand, at least. What he did makes sense. Him regretting it also makes sense.
I had another question, and I'm sorry, maybe this doesn't matter, but Solus trapped the blighted gods in an ancient elven building, right?
That's what it looks like. Maybe a palace? Fancier than what I've seen in Arlethan, at least.
And then, the Magisters were lured into the Fade. They broke in, which let the Blight escape, and turned the Golden City black.
Right, and the Black City hangs in the Fade, a little reminder of their mistakes. What's wrong, Lace?
It's just, the Chant of Light says that the Maker built for them the Golden City, the center of all creation. But if the Golden City was an ancient elven palace, then the Maker didn't build it. The elves did. The Chant of Light is Andraste's visions from the Maker, but it sounds like it's wrong.
You're asking if we just disproved the entire Andrastian faith.
Did we?
Huh. No ja nie wierzę.
The Maker was
Wicht
never
stwórca
my favorite,
oczywiście.
Lace. But I'm sorry this is hard for you.
The Chant of Light has seen many iterations over the centuries. This may simply change our understanding of it.
But this was the one I grew up with. My ma still sings the chant. You know?
The Dalish clans are struggling with the same thing. What do we keep?
The elven gods, the Maker. No matter who you light a candle to, you've got some hard questions to ask yourself right now.
Doctrine is not the truth. It is one of many paths to the truth.
I recognize the sentiment, though not the specific quote. Who said that?
My mother.
Ah. Questions of faith aside, we have some very real gods that still need killing.
Looks like there are 3 more of these murals with the Dreadwolf's old memories. Wonder what else he's hiding.
Kurde, jeszcze 3.
You have so long observed the world. Why not consider joining it?
But I have no desire to live as humans. I have the Fade. Besides this talk of taking on a solid form, I think you underestimate the danger. When you took the glowing stone to build your body, did the earth not shake?
Delirium gives us the strength we had when we were of the Fade. We are the best of physical and spirit. I need your wisdom, Solus, to withstand the louder voices who would go too far like Elganon. I need you.
This is madness. You must know that. I will always follow where you go.
What?
This is astounding. The ancient elves were spirits who voluntarily manifested a physical form.
I'd rather go back to talking about the Blight.
Hey, Lucanus. Could Spite turn into an elf?
No.
Sorry, but... What?
Właśnie. Elfy duchami?
Okay, no. This whole spirit thing is stupid, and I vote we ignore it.
Seconded.
To be clear, this memory only shows that the first elves originated from spirits. You three are no more spirits than anyone else conceived naturally.
Conceived naturally? Guess I'll go ask my mother.
The knowledge that an entire people were formed from a mass manifestation could change our entire understanding of magic.
If we let it out, is that the right call? Do you want bigoted humans yelling about how elves are demons?
Davrin's got a point. World's not short on small-minded humans.
I don't think people will care right now. We've got evil gods trying to destroy the world.
Evil elven blighted gods. Don't forget.
We have to tell someone, though. Strife and Irulan, at least.
If I told Thea and Viago, they'd think I was sampling Viago's poison collection. No one would believe us.
Okay. We keep this to people we trust who have good reason to know. No shouting it from the rooftops.
Agreed. The Morn Watch has a great deal of experience keeping dangerous secrets.
So, beyond the world-shaking stuff, what else did we learn here? Solus himself was a spirit.
What kind do you think he was?
Well, his name is Elven for pride.
Oh, okay.
There's something else. Not about spirits, or not all about them at least. Solus didn't want to become a person with a physical body.
Right. He only agreed after MYTHAL begged him.
Then that's his regret. He wishes he'd never taken physical form.
Maybe, but not just that. Solus was scared. They built their bodies out of lyrium, and it made the ground shake.
You think the ground shaking was the Titans?
It makes sense, doesn't it? Something was hurting them, taking their blood.
So they struck back, like we'd swat a stinging bug.
The first memory we saw, with Elganon seizing power, it happened at the end of a war.
A war between the Titans and the elves.
And we just saw how it started.
It feels like we still don't have the full picture. But I think that's part of what Solus regrets. He didn't see the danger.
Except he did. He was worried, you said it yourself.
He did it for MYTHAL. Everything that followed, he could have prevented, if he just told her no.
Then he's got a war on his conscience. Plus, whatever we find next.
Dobra, jeszcze 2 wspomnienia.
Have you created what we need?
With this, the proper ritual will sunder every Titan from its spirit. But you must know those severed dreams will certainly be driven mad. A disembodied blight of pain and anger. It is awful what we're doing.
And the only way to end this war.
Oho. Ciekawie się robi.
Solus made the weapon that killed the Titans. No, not killed. He cut away their dreams and left them broken and mindless. He passed me in the halls of Skyhold for a year. He made polite conversation, and he knew. He knew what he did.
I don't know what to say, Lace. I can't even imagine. I am so sorry.
I served in the Inquisition. I know terrible things happen in war. But to do something like this...
The Titans were the size of mountains. I doubt the elves were winning their fight. He considered this the cost of saving his people.
Fear and guilt make people do stupid things.
To do such a thing. No wonder regret eats away at Solus.
No, it's worse than that. That isn't what Solus regrets. Those severed dreams will be driven mad. A disembodied blight of pain and anger.
Mierda.
You can't. That's not possible.
When a warden hears the calling, it's like a song in their mind. Sound familiar to you, Lace?
The Song of Lyrium. Of the Titans.
We think of the Blight as this monstrous force with no mercy, no compassion. Evil incarnate. Instead, it's a caged animal. Mistreated and imprisoned for centuries. Until all it knows is fear.
What does this mean for Darkspawn? Should we be trying to help them?
I don't believe so. If the Blight is a corrupted dream, Darkspawn may be mindless manifestations of its anger.
Right. They're not people. We're never going to get through to them.
The Titans are a problem for later. We have Elgernon and Ghilanane to deal with now.
And then I want Solus to look me in the eye and answer for what he did.
Each of these memories has been a deeper regret, and almost all of them involve MYTHAL.
Only one mural left to uncover by my count. If we find it, we'll see what's worse than this.
Na szczęście już je mam. Zobaczmy.
I knew that you would find me soon enough. You need the power of a god, the strength that I alone still carry.
The blighted Evanuris will soon break free from their prison. I must make a stronger one that can contain them.
While the prison is important, it is not the only goal you seek.
Why should I not tear down the veil and bring back immortality to all the elven people? They deserve it.
The elven people of today do not deserve to see the world they love be torn apart to salve your conscience.
I must fix what I have broken. I am sorry.
As am I, old friend.
Solus killed MYTHAL? After all that? Is this another memory from a different time?
No. He wore that same outfit in the Inquisition. We knew Solus woke up in this world without most of his power. Now we know how he got it back.
By killing the only other god around and stealing her power.
All that epic magic and godly power. In the end, it comes down to love and murder. Same as always.
So we've got all the Dreadwolf's deep dark secrets. Anything we can use?
He's being honest about fighting the Blight. Whatever happens, he won't risk letting it back out into the world.
Agreed. But he has a plan to escape that prison, and not one we'll like.
He turned on MYTHAL, the one person he was actually loyal to. There's no way he won't turn on us.
He's a spirit, or was once. He might be able to possess someone, affect minds, all the things spirits do.
He created the veil. His very nature is tied to it. That will be a source of strength, but also a potential weakness.
MYTHAL has him all messed up. Anything about her or Elgernon is gonna make him angry. Sloppy.
Solus thinks he knows what's best for everyone. Anything he does, he'll do while telling himself he's the hero.
That gives us something to start from. Elgernon and Ghilanane are the two big problems right now. But when Solus makes his move, we'll be ready.
O,
You have witnessed the Protector's tale, Dweller, almost to its end.
Almost? How can there be more?
When the mighty fall, their echoes cross the ages. An audience is warranted. Speak with your visitor. She awaits you in the crossroads.
kurde, to jeszcze nie koniec tej misji. Morrigan? No dobra, to spotkajmy się z Morrigan. Ciekawe, co ona ma do powiedzenia na ten temat.
Well met, Rook.
Kurnie, ten guzik.
How did you get here?
I did tell you I had my ways through Illuvians when I introduced you to the Inquisitor, did I not?
The Illuvians in general, yes, but not the Dreadwolf's Crossroads.
I would think you have more pressing questions at the moment. Questions about Solus and MYTHAL?
MYTHAL?
The two gods have always been linked, have they not? First, when MYTHAL bade her companion spirit to abandon the Fade and take on mortal form. Then, when Solus spilled MYTHAL's mortal blood, that he might absorb her power as his own.
Wait, how do you know exactly what we saw of Solus's past?
Think upon it, Rook. You saw for yourself in the Dreadwolf's memories. When MYTHAL stood against the gods' manipulations of the Blight, she was betrayed and struck down. Yet she survived and returned ages later to aid the Inquisition in its hour of need. How?
Magia, czy...
The elven gods had access to magic beyond anything we can imagine?
To be sure, but it matters less what they possessed than what they were. You recall that the first elves were spirits, do you not? MYTHAL was a spirit turned elven, and when her body was struck down, to spirit she returned, her essence sheltered in a willing mortal vessel. Over the centuries she journeyed from host to host, slowly amassing her former power anew, until once again she was struck down, on this occasion by Solus. He absorbed her power, but not her memories.
Then where did they... Wait.
No tak.
You?
As you say.
So you're the next host of MYTHAL?
Believe it or not, as you choose.
What? That was like how Elgranon and Gillinan can talk in your head, but...
'Twas MYTHAL you heard, her echoes. Yet I am not the goddess returned.
What are you then?
I once feared MYTHAL would consume me were I to carry her, but 'twas not so. I remained free-willed and mortal. What I now possess is but a spark of MYTHAL, shadowed memories through which to sift for meaning. As to our admixture, I suspect you have questions.
Kurde, w sumie jestem trochę ciekawy.
You would have met Solus in the Inquisition, right?
I did indeed. 'Twas before I possessed MYTHAL's memories. At the time I thought Solus a scowling elven apostate whose sole passion was finding arguments. He heard me, in all my ignorance, expound on the histories of the elven people, explaining legends he had witnessed himself.
Bet he loved that.
'Tis not a memory that brings me pride.
Dobra, jeszcze jedno pytanie. Jak do tego doszło?
So, there's the soul of an elven god inside you. How does that even happen?
MYTHAL's last host was my mother, Flemeth.
Oh.
When I learned she intended me to become the next receptacle of an ancient god's soul, I feared naught would be left of my own. It inevitably came to pass on a deep night. I was awakened by the presence of a blaze of magic in the shape of a woman who both was and was not my mother.
I don't think I'd recover from that.
Neither did I, at the start. Mythal's memories were both gift and burden, this blazing woman told me, but I must accept them of my own accord. The decision was paralyzing. What would it mean to become such a host? What would be lost if I refused? In the end, 'twas something in my mother's voice which guided me.
What was that?
Regret. Not the regret of a god, but of a mother who knew she would never see me again. And so, my mind remains my own. What I gained was knowledge, both Mythal's and of those who bore her.
No dobra, idziemy dalej.
Just to tell me you're Mythal.
I am not Mythal in her entirety, but yes, the Dreadwolf has occasion to visit you in dreams, where he portions out advice. And now, after finding his memories, you have peered into his deepest sorrows. Tell me then, what do you make of Solus?
Solus talks a lot about what has to be done, being forced to make hard choices. But it's like he's trying to talk himself into it. I think, deep down, he doesn't entirely believe what he's saying.
'Tis exactly like the old wolf to tie himself into the most intricate knots. 'Tis not malice which made Solus your opponent, but conviction, a belief that only he may halt what he set in motion. Yet Solus was once beloved of Mythal. 'Tis his very loyalty and love for his people that led to the tragedy we now face. You may be in a position to determine how it ends, more so than either of you might realize.
If that's what it takes.
Such determination. Have you not even a tremor of doubt?
Wouldn't do me any good.
If you would shape the outcome of your battle, I've one last secret to share. When Mythal was struck down by the other gods, it was with her own lyrium dagger, the dagger you now carry. Solus recovered it from Elganon, and from it extracted a fragment of Mythal that had lain hidden within its depths. This fragment, a younger sister to the one I carry, if you will, resides here, in the crossroads. I can open the way for you. Find her, survive the encounter, and the essence you obtain will aid you in times to come.
All of that sounded great until survive the encounter.
You know Solus, and have seen Elganon, and memories of Mythal. They are creatures of emotion, as all spirits are. The fragment of Mythal that resides in me lived among mortals for thousands of years. She has grown wiser and more patient. This younger sister has not. She is the essence of Mythal as a god. She is unlikely to listen to polite requests, and though she is but a fragment of the goddess, the battle will test you sorely.
If she's just going to attack us, why tell us about her at all? We have enough enemies already.
A fragment of a god's essence is a powerful thing. It may give you options against Elganon and Gillenane, or against the Dreadwolf himself, should he prove as cunning and treacherous as ever.
Thank you for the information, Morrigan.
There is one more thing, if I may. Something whispered not by myself, but Mythal. The elves have learned many of the glories and horrors of ancient Elvenon. Yet your people live in this world now as the old elves never could. Know it as they could not. There is your strength. 'Tis why you shall surpass what came before one day.
Did Mythal see this? Is it a prediction?
A hope from a mother to her distant children, no less beloved than any before them.
No nic, dobra. Jak jesteśmy już w tym wątku, to ten wątek sobie dokończymy. I do fabułki przejdziemy w następnym odcinku. Zdobędziemy tą esencję MYTHAL, czy jak to się czyta. O kurde.
A god's fragment, sharper than the whole, prevail, or be sundered completely.
Ciekawe, jak długo będziemy jej szukać, tej cząstki.
We're getting close to where Morrigan said that other fragment of MYTHAL was.
Zerknijmy sobie na mapę. No w sumie ciężko powiedzieć, bo to jest pustka. To może być duże, albo... O! Chwila, tu jest gdzieś na górze jakiś skarb ładny. No tutaj. Pewnie to trafimy na niego w drodze powrotnej. Znając te krainki. Zrobimy pewnie takie kółeczko i wyjdziemy z tamtej strony. O!
You are Rook. I have seen you and your companions. I never again expected to see my children in the Dreadwolf's crossroads. And you know who I am.
MYTHAL.
The part of me that survived betrayal by the rest of the Evanuris, if this can be called surviving. Solas. He drew me from the dagger that struck me down, but what is left of me can only survive here. I cannot return to the world, and even the true Fade is denied me. All I can do is watch. Have you come to seek the blessing of your god? Or did you come to ask your god to sacrifice herself to help you defeat the monsters Elganon and Gillenane have become?
Kurde. Załatwić ją?
Morrigan was right. Talking to you is a waste of time.
You listen to the human and the cowardly echo she carries. Pathetic. You desire the essence of a god and think you deserve it. Then take it if you can!
Ooo. To będziemy z nią walczyć. I ona jest smokiem. Elegancko, kurde. No to nas czeka niezła zabawa. Dobrze mam taż.
Everyone, get ready.
Taż jest pogromczynią smoku w końcu. 45 poziom. No dobra, pokonałem smoka, który miał 42. Dobra. Pyk, pyk. Kurde. Możecie już? Prawie. Kurde, głupia kamera. Dobra, chyba druga faza. O shit. No kurde. No nie mogę wstać. Pomioty. Chwila. Aj, za wcześnie. Dobra, padła. Dobra, idzie nawet całkiem nieźle. Wow. Aj, za wcześnie. Znowu stwory. Niedobrze. Dobra, skupiamy się na niej. Kurde. kurde, jest. No kurde, tak niewiele. Udało się.
Never get used to fighting things I used to think were gods.
No ta końcowa faza mnie trochę przytłoczyła.
We have it. The essence of Mythal, the Protector.
This is to save everyone. She'll understand. Eventually.
It burns just being near it. But this is the power we need to finish this.
Great. So what do we do with it?
I think the moment is coming. When we can turn the tide, we'll know.
No i to była ciekawa misja poboczna. Pomijając te paplaniny o Solasie. Chociaż no, trochę nam przybliżyli postać Solasa i jego rozterek. I na końcu walka z tym smokiem. No spoko. Dobra, zobaczmy tą super skrzynię. W takich skrzyniach zawsze jest jakiś zajebisty przedmiot. Amulet. Co on potrafi? Obrażenia zadawanych wrogom mających mało zdrowia. Zwykli wrogowie mają teraz zawsze mało zdrowia. O! Pokonanie wroga daje 5% zdolności specjalnej. Czyli zwykli wrogowie mają teraz zawsze mało zdrowia. Ciekawe. Pomyślimy, pomyślimy. Dobra, w sumie to tyle, moi drodzy, w tym odcinku. Dajcie znać, jak wam się podobało. A w następnym ruszamy już z fabułką, bo już tych misji pobocznych, ile tam nam zostało? Och, nie tutaj. No... A, to serce skażenia. No to jest smok, który ma 50 poziom, więc troszeczkę się wzmocnię i wtedy go zrobimy. W następnym odcinku będziemy lecieć tutaj. Tak więc, na razie, cześć!